Self-conscious is a kind of obstacle to total consciousness. See, the idea for consciousness in its totality is to remove every obstacle or hurdle. But consciousness is not the enemy, you see. It's not known as the one that ends. So to remove means to take and recycle. Very much like a human body. If there's illness that appears, bad bacteria comes, it says, I can't survive with this. I have to remove the bad bacteria and replace it with something else, with good bacteria. See, it goes as far as saying those who are living this life in a sleep of ego mind, self-centered, power, greed, individualism, sectarianism, which is 94% of this human species, together with the other 6% who have become awake and enlightened. It matters not, you see. It matters not if you're in the 6% or the 94%. Because you're not living life totally as pure consciousness. Even the enlightened one, that with effort tries to maintain this samadhi state, which is truth. It cannot do it, you see. Consciousness has gave birth to a human consciousness. Whether it was intentional or accidental, the mirror reflected humanity. And be it intentional or accidental, consciousness needs to amend. If this human consciousness, or this self-consciousness, matters not if you experience yourself the one moment, Holy Spirit, the voice of God, matters not. You're not exempt from being a human. So to understand, consciousness created nature. Humans were part of nature. And nature, as they say in Tao, is a moving entity that causes no problems, is not dysfunctional, does not harm, but goes with the flow of life. And it doesn't force itself to evolve. It doesn't force itself to die earlier. But humans, unfortunately, do all these things. We kill our own species off. We force nature into its unnatural way of bulldozing things down. But you don't want to hear that, you see. It matters not, you see. It matters not whether you're a do-gooder an enlightened being, or an egoistic, mad, raving fool that wants power. Whether you're a saint, a murderer, it matters not. Whether you believe in your body or not, spirituality or beyond. Consciousness has to remove what it created. Because we become stubborn. We become independent. We think we can do it. We think we can achieve and improve and create peace and harmony. We think until we have thought ourselves into a belief robotic system where we know in our core we're doing wrong, but we can't stop it. Consciousness is all that exists. Human consciousness dwells within this consciousness. Spiritual consciousness, spirit consciousness, universal consciousness, godly consciousness, transcendental consciousness all appear in consciousness in its purest, in segments, segregated, whatever you want to look at it. In a visual drawing, a circle divided into multi-circles, bubbles within, or whatever. Human consciousness is a problem. Ego, self, whether it's pure self or whether it's I am, or whether it's I want, or whether it's me, self, matters not. The result of total enlightenment is to realize that this human race has killed itself off. And ego, primarily, will go. And spirituality, pure mind, non-duality, duality, will fade and go. But it's not bad news, you see. Consciousness, or God, or ourselves, have the most kindest, open, forgiving heart. So all humanity will be is recycled and produce something that will not make the mistake again of being in control and forcing this earth or other humans to do or act against nature because someone somewhere wants power, wants to be recognized, wants fame, wants to be remembered. When humanity dissolves, which may be in no time, it may be in much time, all these who think themselves as a body and a mind will go and become like the flower, will simply fade in the autumn. And winter comes, consciousness will make a decision. What next? What next?